What is going on, everybody? My name is Ryfrost, and today we're going to talk about the Mongols, more specifically how to win by rushing with them. Now, Mongols are currently the most successful civilizations to win, and today we're going to look into how to do it and also a little bit on how to defend against them, but that's going to come in a later video. So everybody's kicking off about Mongol players at the moment because they can very easily rush before you even get to the Feudal Age. And on this video, I've got two gameplays for you. One of them is a 2v2 in which I win in 6 minutes and 58 seconds, which I don't know if it's a world record, but it is quite soon, especially in a 2v2. And this is going to be part of a full YouTube series where I look at each civilization and how to win by rushing with them, and also how to defend against them in a later series. So Mongol players are currently at a 65% success win rate in the 1v1 situations, and I think they're quite well in 2v2, 3v3 and 4v4, but they're not as successful because it's quite harder to rush with them because there's more people to defend who you're rushing against. But we're going to look into it, and I'm going to also tell you about how to win with the rushing tactic, because there is two ways to do it, one with a tower rush and one with a horseman and horse archer rush in the later game. So we're going to jump into the video. If you do like this and want to see more, and also which do you want me to cover next in the How to Rush series, hit me up in the comment section down below, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up. Let's jump in. Mongols matchup. So this is the 2v2 I was talking about. I'm going to put it on the reveal map. So we've got me and my friend. We were going to do an English and Mongol rush, and we are against the Holy Roman Empires and also the Mongols too. So how to rush? You don't want to be focusing on gold at all. You want to be sending your cairn around to find the sheep in the local area. I was quite lucky. I think I got about 9 sheep. And you want to put your town centre near, primarily near food and wood. But I put it here just in case we needed gold. But you want to be putting it right next to the wood line so you can send villagers straight over to the wood. And then make a uvu as closely as possible. I did this, started to build it at like 35 seconds. You can do that sooner if you wanted to. But you do it as soon as possible. Uvu gets you the passive stone, which is what you're going to need for the rush, because the stone, if you build stables on here, you can get the ×2 horsemen. Our enemy team is going to be the Mongols. This is who we're going to focus against. I wanted to just rush them as soon as possible. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but they're actually building a ger or a ger. I can never really figure out how to say it properly. But that means that they're not going to be going for a rush. They're rushing into Feudal Age, and then they're going to be doing things just as normal. About 2 minutes 50, I was building the stables. Now, I actually built 2 stables. Bit of an overkill, but you can get away with doing 1. But the goal is really you want to be building horsemen very early on. Now, there is another option, which I'm going to show in a second gameplay on this video, is how to do tower rush. So what I did at the 4-minute mark, once I had enough villagers on food and wood, is I did transition to gold just in case my rush didn't work. So what I didn't know at this time is actually that they were building the daystones, and I actually just figured it out as I moved across. So I hit them at a perfect point. If I hit them on this side, I wouldn't have been able to get anything, and they would have been able to build that. So I actually came in at a really crucial moment. And also what I've decided to do as well is to, once I realised that they were actually building the daystones, I built a tower there as well. And the goal is here, with the tower rush and the horseman rush, is that I want to be able to get to a point where they cannot build the deer stones, but also they cannot mine gold, because obviously gold is what's needed to get to the next era. This is what you need to do for tower rush. You want to be putting your towers, and I'll show this in the next video, you want to be putting it in crucial parts of the map to stop your enemy from getting any of the resources and keep them in the middle of the base. And then what you need to do with your horsemen is attack them when they come out. This is a really successful gameplay. I hit there. Now, he was really good at micromanaging. He targeted, and I think he did kill 2 of my horsemen, or maybe 3. No, he killed 2. So I pulled back a little bit, but I kept around this area because I knew this is where he's going to be coming back. No, so there's my villager. Oh yeah, and there's more horsemen coming in. I thought there was another 3. So now I'm back up to 5, and I needed to stop him from building that tower, because if he built that tower, it was going to be so much more difficult for me. So I had to make sure I got there as quickly as possible, make sure he couldn't get the daystones. Now, currently, he's all here building a barracks, and also looking at getting berry bushes and wood. But if he cannot get to this point, now he could have cancelled this and started building it somewhere else, but that I would have looped around, and obviously I would have also built a tower. And we're coming up to the very end of this game. It is almost around the same time as I built this tower. Now, I moved over there to try and distract his view so he wouldn't come over here and see me, because I don't believe he actually saw... could he see my tower? Yeah, he could see my tower. But it's too late. He gave up. And yeah, 6 minutes and 58 seconds. So that is how you do a very quick rush. You focus on food and wood. Don't focus on gold too much because you don't need gold for this. And then if you do struggle with doing it, transition at sort of the 4 minute, 5 minute mark and put only 2 villages on gold. And that's all you need to get to the next era. So I'm going to jump into the next gameplay. So currently we are set up already as a town centre. I moved the town centre close to the wood line and the food because we are quite protected on this section. If they did decide to rush here, I could very easily protect. So I built my Uvu a little bit further away. I didn't want to get it closer. I could have built it here, but this is closer to the enemy and I wanted it tucked away nice and safe to make sure that I wouldn't get attacked. And if I did, it wouldn't ruin my entire rush. So Delhi are notoriously known as the Spearman Spammer, as well as Abbasid. So I was fully prepared that this might not work, which is why I transitioned more into the tower rush. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Same again, nobody on gold. And move straight away onto just putting it next to the wood line and spamming villages as soon as possible. So, and because my Uvu's so far away, I don't know if they realised that I was actually going for the spam, but there is a scout coming up close. He actually got 2 scouts out to get all of the sheep, stole almost every bit of sheep that I had. But it didn't matter because I didn't want this game to last that long anyway. Now the scout's gone across and realised that I am making spearmen, and I think at this point this is where a tower comes out very soon. I ran through their base, took a little bit of damage from the Khan, just so I can see what's going on, and straight away they built a barrack. So they knew that the spam was incoming, and they tried to do their best to protect me, protect themselves against my spam. So we've got 5 horsemen, and my Khan is going to be meeting them up in the stealth forest. Same again, same rotation. Nothing changes, straight away building. I only built 1 stables this time because I realised from my mistake. But I'm just having a little scout around, see what's going on. Realised they built in the Dome of Faith, so I had to stop that as soon as possible. If they got into the Feudal Age before me, it would have been catastrophic, especially because they could have got the upgrade for the hardened spearmen, which would have been even more impossible. So me, I'm just doing a little bit of a harass, running around, keeping an eye on that Dome of Faith. At that point, build a tower, and they've also deleted the Dome of Faith, and I think they built it around there. But I'm just running through, see what damage I can do, and all at the same time, building more and more horsemen. And this is what you really need to do. They can't see you. You sort of run around. You stay away from their town centre. The last thing you want to do is get targeted and get destroyed. The less and less horsemen you get, the less of a threat. But same as usual, really. I'm sort of stopping them from building an outpost. I'm running around, stopping them from getting the berry bushes. There's gold back here, and there's a wood line here. And my goal is really to stop them from getting any resources. That's what I want to do. Because they're building the Dome of Faith. They're not going to have any food whatsoever, other than what they're gathering there. So they're in the Feudal Age now. So this is a bit of a struggle because they can go straight for the hardened spearmen. I did transition into gold in the meantime. I wanted to also get the upgraded horsemen as well. So let's just pause it and just take stock. So at this current moment, we're 7 minutes in. So they haven't given up just yet. I have 7 horsemen. They've got some spearmen, 3 spearmen. They've got a tower already. But they are sort of confined to their base. At this point, I believe that's where I start building towers. And my goal was really to surround their entire base. So what I did was I built a tower here to stop them from coming this way. I built a tower around here to stop them from transitioning to this gold if they wanted to get away from this gold. I built a tower here to stop them from getting to the food. And then I also built a tower here. And I think I actually built a tower here. So we'll fast forward a little bit. At this point, they've built walls. And I think I'm churning out the horsemen still in the back. And what I actually did was, because I've got to the Feudal Age, I transitioned over to an archery range because I can build horse archers. But yeah, so they full-on built walls constant, which is what I was worrying about. They were going to wall themselves in, but they didn't have enough wood, and I was killing their villagers to stop them from building. What you really want to be doing at this point is you want to be getting to a point where you built probably walls here and also here to stop me from going back. If you stopped me from going there, it would have made my life a little bit more difficult. But basically what you want to do is defending against a Mongol player is do pretty much what this guy did. Build walls all around. It was just quite unfortunate because it was dry Arabia. So there's not a lot of hills and there's plenty of places that can defend. Plenty of places that they can't defend. Now, what I didn't realise at this point is actually they came to attack me. So they could have very easily stopped me from doing anything. But what I did was, because I was going all in, luckily my berry bushes had just finished. And I wasn't paying any attention to this spear, and I was like, I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to stay far away from them as possible. So what I actually did was, I fast forward, I actually just sent my entire village population down to here and just started working on these berry bushes and this gold mine, because I did not want to be bothered by this spearman whatsoever. So the only thing they had around here was a town centre, and they didn't know where I was, so I was completely safe. Now at the same time, I am building an archery range, and I've obviously built Mangadai, and also I'm harassing. So what they've done there is I've built a tower here, I built a tower there, and they were building a tower here. So I knew that his sheep was running out very soon, so he wanted to be transitioning over to berry bushes. So that's why I built a tower here. So there's no possible way that he could get any resources outside of what he already had. He sent 2 scouts around the map and took all the sheep. So I knew that sheep was on a very low supply. And I was upgrading the arrow slits, so that fires automatically. All of these will fire automatically if you upgrade them. So I've literally just stopped them from getting to any point. Those spearmen just stayed there. They didn't really do anything. They didn't scout my base out. And I actually left the Mangudai down here. I don't know why. I should have sent them up with me. But yeah, so still putting the harass on, still putting the pressure on. Built another outpost here to stop, obviously, from this gold. They're all just far enough out so they can't reach me. I didn't want them to be able to hit my villagers, so I've just sent them just on the very edge of their line that they can't attack. They can see what I'm doing, but they can't attack me. And obviously they don't want to be sending them spearmen out. And he sent the majority of his army down here anyway. And they actually sent spearmen out here as well. I didn't realise this, but he sent spearmen here. But my towers had already started attacking them. They killed one and they damaged one anyway. So even if they did decide to come out and attack me, my towers would have been helping a lot. So now we've at a bit of a really good position. Now my towers are just currently starting to upgrade arrow slits. And as soon as they do, they will start attacking these villagers. And what I realised as well is that now my horse archers are coming in, it was a bit of an unfortunate situation for him because he's going to have a tower here that's going to start attacking his villagers. He's got a tower here that's attacking his villagers. And when the Mangudai come in, they actually can attack him from here. And that's when it's sort of game over from him because I had full map control. I was full heavy with the tower rush. I had everything under control. There was no way that he could get out of his base and he would just be constantly dying over and over and over again. He did a very good job at defending. But it was at this point, it was practically over because there's no way that he could get out without taking any damage. Now, the only way that he could have won in this situation, he was building horsemen, so he could keep up with my horsemen. But at that point, I had Mangudai, so they would have been able to take care of those horsemen very easily by attacking them because these two run at the same speed. But obviously, this is ranged, and they ran at the same time. And it came to an end when it got to a point where the only villagers that he really had left that didn't have half health, I was starting to attack them. And I was running around to see what could do. And I realised, actually, let's just see if I can attack just there. I did, and by that point when he realised that I could attack his villagers, he just gave up there and then. And that is it. That is how you rush as a Mongol player. So there are 2 options. You either do the horseman pressure and then allow your villagers to do a tower rush to sort of surround the entire base like I did then. Or you can just go in with the horseman and try and kill as many villagers as possible. The goal is really to kill villagers. You don't want to worry about killing any houses, destroying any buildings or anything like that. Or anything like that. You literally just go for the villagers because if you can set your opponent back by killing those villagers, it takes 20 seconds to build another one, and by that point you've already killed the majority of his economic infrastructure. And that is really how you rush as a Mongol player. There's no other way to do it. The other thing you can do is if you don't successfully get to the Mongol, if you don't successfully rush, that's why you still work on gold, so you don't throw everything into it. And if you don't win, you have to give up because you're not in the feudal age, because that'll give your opponent a chance to obviously get military and come and attack you. So stick a few, 2, 3 or 4 villagers on gold. Make sure you're still hitting the wood and you're hitting the food. Good thing about Mongol is you don't need to build houses, so you can pretty much leave your villagers to do what they want for the majority of the time if you're getting left alone. And if you're putting on the heavy pressure early on, you don't really need to worry about it. It all works out smoothly. But I'm going to be doing a video in a later series on how to defend against Mongol player. So what you could have really done there is built archers instead of spearmen, and it would have sorted out the whole issue completely. And it would have probably stopped my rush, but I'll show that in a later video. But if you did like this video, and if you've got any comments down below on how you've done it, or if some things that you would have changed in this gameplay, hit me up in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you like the video, and thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one on how to rush as English. Take care, guys. Bye bye.